What's up, guys? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the assassin team I've been working on out of the new Notorious set. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So like I said, this is an assassin theme team, so of course you have to play double Scott Porter. I'm sorry, you guys, that's just the way it is. You know, they're just so good. Now, I've talked about these guys a lot in my last team build, in the unboxing I did for them, and we're going to see them in a lot of team builds, so I don't really want to go over them too much. If you guys have not already seen them for any reason, feel free to pause and read them over. They do a ton of amazing things. For only 25 points, both of them. You got Sidestep, Prob, TK, Perplex. This one can Pulse Wave and Knockback, and has all keywords, so we can assign him a lantern ring, and he can free pop out pogs and stuff. This one, gets you +1 to your theme rolls, and this one also gives you +1 attack to all characters if you're on a theme team. And this one gives you like 3 times per game map-wide reroll of any roll. This one's got a stop click. This one's got support and can heal somebody at the beginning of every turn. And yeah, so I do a lot of stuff. This one also gives +1 defense for everybody. That's as long as your friendly characters are adjacent to each other, they get +1 defense if they share a keyword. So yeah, for 50 points, the two of them just do so much freaking stuff. Since if you're playing a theme team, you almost have to play both of them all the time. They're so good. And like I said, he can get a ring for free. So we're going to go ahead and just give him the Sinestro Corpse Ring. Just another Perplex, why not? It's never a bad choice. You could pick any ring to put on him or any other equipment that is keyword based, but I really like the Perplex for him because he already has Prob, and he's got Perplex, so just get 2 Perplexes, Prob anywhere on the map, +1 attack everywhere, basically +1 defense everywhere. He can copy a team ability. He can steal any team ability, even if it's uncopyable, and just use it as long as one of your friendlies has it or opposing characters have it. So for that, they're both going to take Underworld team ability from our team, and unless there's a better team ability on your opponent's team, you could take that for him. And so let's go ahead and take a look at one of the actual assassins we're playing. Pretty much the main one we're going to want to play is the new Prime Talon. She is just absolutely amazing in everything that she can do here. So taking a look, she has the target trait, which, if you don't already know, is at the beginning of the game, for all friendly characters with this trait, give a target token to an opposing character. And for all characters with this trait, when a friendly character with the assassin keyword KOs an opposing character with a target token, score 25 victory points. So basically what that means is, for no matter how many characters you have with this trait, you get to assign 1 target token to one of your opposing characters at the beginning of the game. And as long as an assassin keyworded character is to KO that character, then you get an additional 25 points. So that means if, for instance, I was to put a target token on one of my opponent's Scott Porter figures, and anybody I have that has the assassin keyword KOs them, then I would get the 25 points for Scott, plus the additional 25 points for the target token. It's just really cool because if the game gets kind of like long and drawn out and nobody ends up, KOing the whole team, that extra 25 points could win you the game. It's essentially a whole other character worth of points you're KOing for free, right? Because there's so many good 25-point characters now. So yeah, it's really good. And then you can take a look at her dial here. She's got running shot, 12 attack, 3 damage, some prob herself. 10 movement, 5 range is actually really good reach for range attack now. And she does have Underworld team ability. A lot of characters on this team do, so that's why the Scots can take it from one of them. She also has traded Shape Change, Stealth, and Regen as free, which is freaking amazing. Between that and Scott healing every turn, unless they just straight up one-shot her, she can keep coming back, all the way from near death. So yeah, then you have the main reason we're really playing her here is the special attack power. When a friendly character with the assassin keyword attacks, opposing characters with a target token can't use defense powers. That's so strong. That gets through stop clicks, super senses, impervious, all of it. So yeah, and just when they attack, If they have a target token, they can't use defense powers. So even things like energy shield and combat reflexes don't help at all. It's a very, very powerful effect. Then also friendly characters with Court of Owls keyword have safeguard opposing prob control. That's really just her. And I guess technically you could say this Scott Porter, you know, he has all keywords, so he has Court of Owls as well. So he also is safeguard from opposing prob, which is kind of nice. But he's going to be pulse waving anytime he's attacking. So, you know, kind of hard to prob that anyway, unless you're outside of the pulse wave. But moving on next, to really take advantage of the extra points from the target token, we're going to play the new Ra's al Ghul. Now, it's really unfortunate that we got such a cool prime Ra's al Ghul, and, you know, she's just so much better for assassin teams because of the whole targets can't use defense powers thing. It's just nuts. But this guy, this regular rare version is great. So he has the target trait, of course, that just gives a token. We already saw that on Talon, so that doesn't really matter. Like I said, you only get one no matter how many have the trait. But this other trait here, free, if no opposing characters have a target token, give an opposing character a target token. Friendly characters with the target trait treat that token as if it were generated by that trait. So yeah, that's important to say, otherwise it wouldn't do anything. But this dude can just take a free action and put another target token on somebody. So as soon as you've eliminated your target, you just get another one right away. And that is really what makes the team crazy, because, you know, you're going to be able to KO something. Everybody on this team is an assassin, so whenever they KO your target, you just give him a free action to give him a new target. And then once again, that target can't use defense powers. So as long as you're, you know, picking your targets wisely and attacking them with the right characters at the right time and everything, and just cutting through them, yeah, it's gonna get you a lot of bonus points very quickly. And even if you end up, you know, maybe taking some losses, if early game you get a couple good targets in, you could get an extra 50, 75 points even, and that could really just make up the whole difference, because you're still getting the points for everything you KO, plus an additional 25. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think it's pretty cool. I can't wait to test it out more. It might just be kind of fun, you know. I don't know how actually competitive it's going to be, but I definitely want to give it a shot. Then he also has Mastermind, Super Senses, and Toughness, and Leadership and Outwit. And when he uses Leadership and succeeds, he can generate a League Assassin on click number 3. So that's one of these dudes here. You can generate them on click number 3 if he gets his Leadership, and they just have the target trait as well. But on click number 3, they just have Stealth, Blades, and Combat Reflexes. And they have improved movement for outdoor blocking and characters. And then you don't get to use their special movement power unless Scott heals them up. You could do that, and then they get Sidestep and Stealth, which is nice to get a little Sidestep. And yeah, I mean, 10 attack Blades or 11 attack, 3 damage, not bad either way. Scott Porter giving him +1 attack, you know, makes them pretty decent attackers to just hop in there. Otherwise, they're good mastermind fodder for him, so not too bad. And, you know, I got a couple of those dudes hanging out, so we'll just throw them both in there. And, yeah, that's the main strategy right there, is just centered around those two. But we need some good attackers to really pull this together, right? You need somebody that can bring down your targets. So I wanted one good range attacker and one good close attacker. They both have running shot and like 12 attacks, so they're decent attackers in their own right. But, of course, I think the main one we all know and love here, Deadshot. This dude is ridiculous. And one thing, come on, guys, why the little pocket knife? This dude has freaking 6 range combat expert, precision strike. His whole thing here is about making it power, range 8, make a range attack that deals penetrating damage, but only to target opposing characters with a target token, regardless of line of fire, which is ridiculously insane. So yeah, super good. Why didn't you give him a freaking sniper rifle though? Like, why didn't they give him something to shoot with? I don't know. Doesn't even have blades on his dial, bro. What are they doing? I don't know, man. But regardless, this dude is just insane. Improved targeting, elevated hindering, and characters is already super nuts. 6 range, sidestep, 12 attack, precision strike with range combat expert. So you have a 13 attack for 3 damage. It's pretty great. And, you have an 8 range against your target that ignores regardless of line of fire. So that can also get through blocking and all kinds of stuff. And he doesn't need range or line of fire or anything to pick a new target, right? So this guy can just be picking people off. It is nuts. They did kind of rein him in. He only has 2 damage with range combat expert. So we do need some enhancement to kind of up his damage potential. Because there are a lot of characters, 3 damage, is not going to kill them. But there's a lot of characters that 4 damage will be enough. Namely, both Scott Porters. They both have 4 clicks of health. They're going to be on freaking every team. Even though this one has a stop click, if you make him a target, he can't use defense powers. So you're going to be able to one-shot him with a dead shot. And that was kind of my thinking anyway. I was like, well, most people are going to have 2 Scott Porters. So at the very least, if Deadshot can manage to get 2 shots off before he gets ran up on and KO'd, I can maybe KO both of my opponent's Scott Porters and get 100 points for him. As long as he can make, the other one a target and everything. So pretty awesome. And with my own Scott Porter buffing him, he's going to be at least a 14 attack, maybe, 15 if I perplex him up. But to do that extra damage, we're going to bring in another Scott, the dreaded Scott Crampton bystander token for 4 points. 4 movement, 4 attack, 4 defense, 4 damage, but he can only hit on a critical hit. He does also have free make an attack, but like I said, he only hits on a critical hit. So yeah, but then he deals like 5 damage, so pretty nuts. Oh yeah, and also lines of fire drawn to him are hindered if he's adjacent to a friendly character. And yeah, he just has enhancement. So that's it, just the 4-point enhancement. So you just run him up here next to our dead shot, and boom, he's dealing 4 damage all of a sudden. Easily enough to at least KO these guys. And to wrap up the team, we also have the amazing Red Widow. Ever since playing this figure in Pulp, I've fallen in love with this thing. It is absolutely ridiculous for 45 points. We'll just take a quick look at her card here. So, traded Blades, Claws, Fangs. Once per turn, when Red Widow uses it and rolls a 1 or a 2, after resolutions, she may make a close attack. So you can potentially get 3 attacks in. Charge, Flurry, Stealth, improve movement characters, and just straight up 18 combat reflexes, 12 attack, 3 damage, exploit weakness. Yeah, pretty nuts. And when you think about the fact that the Scott Porter given her +1 attack map wide, she's got a 13 attack. You could always reroll the blades if you wanted to with his anywhere reroll, because it doesn't have to be just attacks. But yeah, we got plenty of prob, at least 2 probbers, a lot of perplex, map wide +1 attack and defense stuff going on. The main strategy here, we don't have a lot of equipment either, which is fine, I think. It really helps us get past like the King Killmongers and the Apocalypses and Genesises and stuff, and not really have to worry about any of that. Yeah, so it's not really necessary. She just shuts off all defense powers. He picks a new target. They lose all defense powers when any of them attack him. So I don't really feel like there's a lot of equipment that's super necessary. I just gave him a ring because it's free, so why not? Because he's got all keywords. So the main strategy here. All right, so here's kind of a quick rundown of what you want to do, kind of like first turn or two, to be able to get him into position. So first of all, you're just going to assign your target to whoever you think you can just obliterate right away with 4 damage. Anything you can just KO with 4 damage, give them the target token, whichever one you think is the biggest priority. So basically, right off the bat, you're going to have him perplex up his range. He needs a +1 to range for this to reach far enough. You're going to give him an action to TK him out 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he's going to sidestep 1, 2. I know you can't really quite see him over there, so I'm just going to pull him back a little bit. And then, because this guy has the all keywords, and he's a team player, he can copy the Underworld team ability, like I said. And with Underworld team ability, you can carry anybody that has a shared keyword. So he has all keywords, and he has keywords. So he shares the keywords. He can carry him 1, 2, 3, 4. He can go up to 6. He could sidestep if you want to, whatever. Carry him up. You just get him park him here somewhere, wherever. Get him that enhancement adjacent to him. If you want to, you could use this Sinestro Ring to perplex his range up or defense or whatever. As long as you got the +1 to range, then he can take a power action. You replace, then modify always. That's a golden rule. So he will replace to an 8 range, modify from the perplex to 9 after the TK and the sidestep. That's going to hit in your opponent's starting area. So you have full map reach. Doesn't matter about any terrain. He can see through freaking everything. You got the 1 enhancement on him for the, 4 damage. And boom, you take your shot. He already has a 12 +1 from Range Combat Expert, +1 from Scott Porter, just map-wide +1. So he's a 14 attack for 4 damage that, thanks to her over here, they cannot use any defense powers. So boom, you get a quick KO. You get a quick extra 25 points. You take a free action with him to assign it to a new target. If you want to, you could have him free pop out a construct from the ring, maybe like the stop sign, usually the obvious choice, barrier up here, protect him for another turn, hopefully. And then you just kind of move up with these guys. It doesn't really matter. You could run them up just right behind them, like this. So you have a bunch of characters ready to go. If they try to pounce your dead shot, you have her ready to go. You have them able to like running shot over somewhere else, whatever. However you want to do it. As long as everybody's adjacent to at least one other person, he's going to give everybody +1 to their defense as well. You got, like I said, a prob here, all that kind of fun stuff. So it's pretty great. As long as you can really just manage to keep your dead shot safe after he gets that quick kill, then you can get one more. Or if they run up on you, maybe they do everything just to get rid of your dead shot, right? They work really hard for that. Great for them. And then you say, okay, well, she's just going to charge Flurry Blades on whoever my other target was, kill them. He's going to assign a new target. He could like running shot on them, get the enhancement there. She could running shot on them with the enhancement. You know what I mean? He can sidestep Pulse Wave, ignores friendly characters for his Pulse Wave, so he can do a lot of stuff there. So yeah, you got, they're all 12 attack. They're all 12. Basically, everybody in this freaking team is a 12 attack, which means they're all 13 thanks to Scott Porter. So yeah, it's a super fun team, very deadly. I love assassins. I've always wanted assassins to be a good keyword ever since I started playing the game and the freaking Assassin's Creed set came out. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I want assassins to be good. They're finally good. They're finally decent. So I really like this team a lot. Definitely want to play it out, have some fun with it. Let me know in the comments what kind of assassin teams you guys are running and how it's been doing for you. I'd love to hear about that. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button. It does help me out a lot. Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel even more, make sure to check the links in the description for the Patreon, or hit that join button down there for the YouTube memberships. Either way, you can see your name here in the credits with all these other amazing people and be entered into our monthly giveaways. So if that interests you, check that out. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks again so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.